Welcome back. It's still Sports Splash on Lagos Television. Now we'll be talking about grassroots football. It is all about Rising Star Football League, and it's being held in Abuja, and they are bringing that here to the Center of Excellence. But before that, we'll be looking at grassroots football, which is what we are promoting at this moment. I have Audu Lawal and also Majori Gene Emiofa with me this morning.
Good morning.
You're smiling. I didn't get that.
Lagos.
I didn't pronounce that well.
Majorogene.
Majorogene.
Yeah.
Emiofa.
Emiofa. No, you got Emiofa perfect.
Okay, that's nice. Now let's look at because we have so many grassroots competition, held everywhere in Nigeria, but sometimes we are surprised not to see most of those talents discovered from those tournaments at the big stage. Why is that so?
Thank you for the opportunity. More often than not, I would say coverage, publicity, because sometimes most of these players go unnoticed. Nobody really goes into the hinterlands or maybe places apart from like the big cities, and that is what Rising Star is trying to change. But going down there into the hinterland, to the villages, to the nooks and crannies, and bringing out these talents and putting them on the world stage, giving them that media coverage, and allowing also the world to be able to see that grassroots football is very beautiful, so that's exactly where we come in. So aside from lack of media coverage, most of all this, the players, because they might just be playing football just for fun, not knowing that they can actually maybe, get more out of it. But football, like you say, it takes away vices. Because when the youths are busy, everybody is happy. And when they are not busy, then you can maybe have them going to vices and stuff like that. So at Rising Star Football League, we're going to the grassroots, getting the youths out of those vices, getting them busy, getting them to be productive with their talents, so.
Now, you mentioned the hinterlands, going to the rural areas, more to speak, to get these talents. We've always heard this saying that those who can play good football, are indigent students or indigent children. Is that true?
Very well. From experience, I'm a coach as well, a CAF licensed coach. From experience, you get to discover that the reasons why most of the potentials at the interland don't get to make it to that level is because the platform is not there. A lot of times you go to the grassroots and you see raw talents, exhibiting it on a surface that are not too good, and the issue of coverage, awareness are not there. But for the Rising Star Football League, these are some of the reasons why we've decided that we will not just organize competitions in the metropole where you have, the cities. We'll go down to the villages, the local areas, where we can easily identify and get raw talent. And in doing this, it will encourage those at the administrative helms, to identify these players and give them the opportunity. For example, there is the under 15, the national team under 15. We are aware that some of the players were players that were discovered from places like in Edo State, Ogun State, and some other places. They are players that never ever expected that they will get the opportunity. But if organizers organize competitions, go to the grassroots, they will be able to get these people, expose them. It has been key. For example, the Rising Star Football League, we've created an opportunity for players, for both scouts and administrators at every level, the state FAs, even the NFF, to see players that are very good and give them the opportunity. Because most of the games from the Rising Star Football League are being streamed. So imagine a player that is in maybe one angle in Apapa, knowing that somebody at the Glass House in Abuja is watching his game live. Understand? That will motivate him to do more. And for a fact, this is our first edition in Abuja. It's the first edition, but it has grown so much that we have a lot of followership now. And the players, because we've noticed one thing, before we went into this project, we all went to this project, we realized that the challenge of football runs from both economy and security. What do I mean when I say it runs from both economy and security? Is the fact that a lot of clubs are owned by coaches at the grassroots. And these coaches most times don't have the wherewithal to fund the teams. And if you don't have the opportunity to get players to play in competitions that are very organized, it will be very, very difficult, even if you have good talent, for those players to progress. So we realized that this is a challenge. So what we did with the Rising Star Football League in Abuja is to give the clubs incentives for their transport. The competition is free. Incentives are there for the clubs. Instead, for every game that they come to play, they have their transport allowance. So this helps them. For coaches that don't have the wherewithal, at least when they are going for matches, they are moving from as far as maybe a place like Buhari to a place like Lugbe in Abuja, which is a distance. They know that their transport won't be a problem.
Now that brings me to this question. I know of this player, John Otaka, because when he was active for the Super Eagles, I had to talk to him. And he said while he was playing, he played for competitions like this. And then he moved outside our shores. He didn't get to play for any of the local leagues here in Nigeria. And at the end of the day, he was being invited to the Super Eagles to play. I know why this league is on. Are you guys also looking at players export outside Nigeria, or those talents you discovered will be infused into maybe the leagues in Nigeria, or they'll be exported outside our shores?
So it goes both ways. Not everybody will be able to make it out of the shores, but we're actually producing talent both for our local league, for our national teams, and as well those that have the opportunities, because scouts are also involved in the league as well. Scouts are coming in there, so there's a platform for everyone to be able to find their niche. So everybody will be able to find a place where they fit in,
All right. Now, you guys are in Lagos now to see how you can bring what is happening there to Lagos. You went around, yes, I know you were at the Maracana Stadium to see if you can, start games there. Although the league is on halt now in Abuja. So what were your findings about?
Yes, before we came to Lagos, we had made our research and we discovered, like, for example, in Abuja, even though the league is played between teams covering the whole area councils in Abuja, but the main spot where these leagues take place is in Buhari. So we are trying to replicate the same here. So we've done our research and we realized that in Badagry, we also have a very strong sports kind of environment where you have the facilities for grassroots. And we also know that there is also a very good administrative management.
Headed by Sunday Martins.
Yes, managed by Sunday Martins. So when we made our research, made our investigation, we said, okay, the best thing is we come into Lagos, we identify that particular division that can help us grow and help us in our plans. And we were able to identify the Badagry as this, and we were there yesterday. We saw like 5 facilities, and we were really impressed. So what we started doing in Lagos is, the competition is for Lagos as a whole, but it will be hosted in Badagry.
Okay.
It's going to be free, and we hope to replicate what we will give incentive to teams, because for a team that will be coming from as far as Aja, Ekpe and the rest places, they will have something that, they will be comfortable that, okay, if I'm moving from this point to this point, at least my transport won't be a problem. And I'm also sure of getting something, because there are going to be a lot of, incentives. This is a way to motivate.
So it's safe to say that it's your partner with the Badagry Divisional Football Association to get this project running here in Lagos.
Yes, okay. That's correct.
Oh, okay. But you know that you can get the talent here as well. Okay, you can get the talent here.
Lagos is a center of excellence. There's nothing you can find in Lagos. And if you look at all our ex-international, most of them were discovered here in Lagos, particularly in the Badagry division, sort of,
Even in Ajegule too.
Yes, Ajegule is a hub. Is a hub, and it's like my birthplace. So this is like a homecoming for me. I was born in a Jeremy Fellow local government. Yeah, I schooled also within the same division, so this is more or less like a homecoming, you know. And I've always known that talent existed right from when I was born. You know, growing up here, football was a street thing. It was what gave us joy and stuff like that. So a lot of talents within the zone and here in Lagos in general. So we're very, very certain that the Rising Star Football League will thrive here in Lagos. Much more talent, much more opportunity will be given to, you know, a broader reach of people, you know, and that platform we provided for them.
All right, there you have it. Lagos is blessed with talented footballers, not just footballers, all sports. You can get it here in the Center of Excellence. I want to say thank you to Audulawa for being part of the show.
Thank you.
And also to Majori Ogene Emiofa.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, Lagos.
All right. That's how we drop the anchor today on Sports Splash on Lagos Television. Join us tomorrow for another edition. Thanks for watching. I'm Ichoma Chibu. Bye-bye.